Hi, this is Melanie from Hook to the Left, and today we're going to take a look at the June 2021 issue of Crochet World. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, we're going to talk about the skill levels that are present in this particular issue. So I'm going to go through and tell you what this magazine considers a particular skill level. So beginners, which is level 1, skill level 1, beginner, is projects for first time crocheters using basic stitches with little or no shaping. Skill level number 2 is the confident beginner, projects for new crocheters who are comfortable with the basic beginner stitches and are ready to combine them into short pattern sequences. Skills include simple increasing, decreasing, and minimal color changes. Next level is skill level 3, or easy, and that's projects using basic stitches, repetitive stitch patterns, simple color changes, and easy shaping and finishing. Simple in the round projects such as coasters, hot mats, flowers, hats, neck warmers, and cowls fall within the skill category, as well as the ability to read simple stitch charts and keys. The next skill level is level 4, or intermediate. Projects that incorporate a wide variety of stitch techniques beyond the basics such as shells, fans, popcorns, clusters, post stitches, basic cables, lace, simple intarsia, shaping, and finishing. The crocheter has the ability to read more advanced stitch pattern charts such as lace and cable charts. The next skill level is 5, or moderately challenging. Projects that utilize a wide variety of stitches and techniques such as those noted above, as well as a more detailed color work, shaping, construction, and finishing. And finally, the last skill level is challenging. Projects that require a more intuitive understanding of the pattern or chart, and those that include advanced stitches and techniques, as well as more intricate methods such as intarsia, cables, lace, stranded color work, and numerous color changes, and advanced shaping and construction techniques. With that being said, let's take a look at the different patterns in this particular issue of Crochet World. The very first pattern that we are going to look at is on page number 6. Since these are not my patterns to give, I'm not going to show the actual pattern in the magazine, but I am going to show you this page, index pages on the last page of the magazine, so you can see what the patterns look like, and I will tell you a little bit about the pattern. So this first pattern, which you can find on page number 6, is called the Ginger Purse. This pattern is designed by Kathleen Burlew. This is for a confident beginner and uses lightweight or 3-weight yarn. The finished measurements are 10 inches wide by 7 inches high and 1 inch deep, excluding the handles. And the materials used in the pattern as shown here is Patton's Gray Slight DK weight cotton yarn, 2 skeins of each, which each skein has 136 yards or 50 grams per skein. And they use the ginger and the natural colorways. They use a size F/5/3.75 millimeter hook. That's a different name, so it's a size F, or just bottom line, it's a 3.75 millimeter hook. They use a tapestry needle, a 1-inch button, matching sewing thread, and needle. I really like this pattern. I think it's cute, and it looks like it's pretty easy to do. And if you were so inclined and had the notion to sew it, you could probably line this and make it even sturdier bag. But I really like this. Alright, next up we're going to take a look at this banner here. Super duper cute. And that is on page 8. It's called the Summer Fun Pennant, which they had a great spring pennant as well in the last issue. So this particular pattern is considered an easy level, or level 3, skill level 3 pattern. The finished measurements of the pennant are 7 inches wide by 7 1/4 inches long. The garland is 60 inches long. The materials that they use are medium or worsted weight acrylic yarn, 26 yards each of light yellow, light green, aqua, light blue, and navy blue, 14 yards of tan, 7 yards of orange, 6 yards of magenta and white, 5 yards of bright pink, 4 yards each red and yellow, 3 yards of green, 2 yards of each pale pink, dark blue, brown, and black. For this pattern, they are using a size H or 5mm hook, a tapestry needle, a 1/4 inch wide red rickrack, 62 inches. That's for the garland. A sewing needle and red thread, and a 1 1/8 inch diameter plastic rings set of 2, which that's probably on each end to hang it up. This is another pattern by Kathleen Burlew. Next up is that cute little dishcloth. So that on page 10, that is called a Cabana striped dishcloth. It is considered a confident beginner or skill level 2 pattern. It is 9 inches wide by 9.5 inches long. The materials are Lily Sugar and Cream medium worsted weight cotton yarn and a 71 grams per ball. 1 ball each of any 4 colors that you choose. Yardage needed per color. Color A is 50 yards, which that would be the white. And then B, 35 yards, which would probably be what they have as the mint green here. Color C, 20 yards. And color D, 10 yards, which color D I would suspect is the yellow, and color C is that kind of pink color that they have represented in this particular visual. They also use a 5mm crochet hook, size H or 5mm, and they use a tapestry needle. So that is the Cabana striped dishcloth, and that particular pattern is by Jackie Doherty. Oh, these are super duper cute here next. Look at those little guys. Aren't they cute? I think I might have to make one of those. So cute. Coffee or tea bookmark. This is considered an easy or level 3 pattern. The finished measurements are 3 3/4 inches wide by 3.5 inches long. The strap is 9 inches long. The materials used, and I never pronounce this particular name, but they use specifically Shapeys, Soft Fun Light, DK weight yarn, and it's acrylic yarn. So I imagine any size 3 acrylic yarn would do just fine. They use 153 yards or 50 grams per skein. 1 skein each of snow, pecan, black, candy apple, and canary. They used a size G or 4mm crochet hook, tapestry needle, and blusher for the cheeks. Those are so cute. I really like those a lot. Alright, next up is, look at that. Oh, if you like boats, that is an awesome, or if you have like a sea type decor, that's an awesome pattern right there. Alright, so this is called the Sailboat Doily, and that's by Lisa Oberdorf. Oh, and I do want to go back, and those bookmarks are by Shabnam Mirzai. And if I mispronounce that, I'm so sorry. But the Sailboat Doily is Lisa Oberdorf, and this one is considered a challenging or skill level 6 project. Finished measurements are 15 inches in diameter. Materials are J&P Cotes Royale Classic Crochet size 10 crochet cotton. I'm assuming that's crochet thread. It's lace weight. White has 400 yards per ball. Solids are 350 yards per ball. Shaded are 300 yards per ball. So you need 1 ball of the ocean color, 100 yards of white, 50 yards of Victory Red, 50 yards of Maize, that's a colorway, 20 yards of Copper Mist, 10 yards of Kerry Green. The size of the hook is a size 8 or a 1.5 millimeter steel crochet hook. A sewing needle, green sewing thread, and spray starch. That's optional. I think that's probably to stiffen the doily, if you wanted to do that. That is a beautiful, beautiful piece of work. Looks like a lot of work. But it is gorgeous, and the finished product would be amazing to see, because that is gorgeous. And just to show you a little bit of detail work here. Look at that detail work. It looks like a coral and starfish with the ship. That's just some beautiful work right there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Alright, so the next one is on page number 18, which this is lovely too. I love wall hangings. I really need to make one. Okay, so this is the Stitch Sampler Wall Hanging, which is so much fun. So you get to practice some different stitches. I see a waffle stitch in here. Some open mesh stitching. Let me show you a little bit of the detail on this, because I'm sitting here looking and telling you what I see. But here's some detail. That is, look at that. Isn't that would be so neat to practice that and then hang it on a wall. Such a beautiful, beautiful work here. And I love the color choices that they have. Very, very seafaring style color choices, I think. You can't tell, but this one, I don't think you can tell, but this one right here I think is the waffle stitch. Or maybe I'm just seeing it wrong. No, it might not be a waffle stitch. I may have just seen it wrong. Alright, so that is the detail on that. So this is called the Stitch Sampler Wall Hanging by Jennifer E. Ryan. It is considered an intermediate project, or level 4. Finished measurements are 16 inches wide by 21 inches long, excluding the fringe. Materials are Omega Sinfonia Light, or size 3 yarn, DK weight mercerized cotton. And that particular Omega Sinfonia brand comes in 3.5 ounces, or 218 yards, or 100 grams per skein. One skein, you would need 1 skein each of teal, denim, and gold, and 2 skeins of silver. Size, and then you also need a size F, or 3.75 millimeter crochet hook, or size needed to obtain gauge, as always. Tapestry needle, and a 17-inch long, 1/2-inch diameter dowel. That is a beautiful piece of work. Next is this right here, a Shoreline Rug. This is considered an easy or skill level 3. It's by Universal Yarn Design Team. Finished measurements are 22 inches wide by 31.25 inches long, excluding tassels. Materials are Universal Yarn Clean Cotton Big Super Bulky or Super Chunky Weight, which is a 6 weight recycled cotton / recycled polyester yarn. And the skein per skein, if you were to use this brand of yarn, is 7 ounces or 55 yards or 200 grams. 5 skeins, you would need 5 skeins of Beach Resort and 2 skeins of Tropics. The size needle you would need is an N-P or a 10 millimeter, not needle, crochet hook. 10 millimeter crochet hook. You would need a tapestry needle and a 6-inch piece of cardboard, probably to make the tassels. I like that a lot. That's a nice, pretty summer rug. That would be beautiful on a nice porch. Anyway, I really like that. Alright, so the next one is this table runner. It is called the Wicker Weave Table Runner by Rena V. Stevens. And this is a skill level 3 or easy pattern. Finished measurements are 11.5 inches wide by 36.5 inches long. Materials are Baraka Modern Cotton Medium or worsted weight cotton, rayon cotton / rayon yarn. And if you go with the Baraka Modern brand, that has 3.5 ounces, 209 yards, or 100 grams per hank. you would need 2 hanks of Bluffs colorway. Size crochet hook you would need is a size F or 3.75 millimeter. You would need tapestry needles and stitch markers. Okay, the next pattern is this on page 24, and that is the Beach House Pillows by Phyllis Gould. And this is considered a level 3 or easy pattern. Each pillow measures 14 inches square. Materials are Plymouth Yarn Fantasy Natural Medium worsted weight cotton, and that particular brand comes in 3.5 ounce skeins or 140 yards or 100 grams per skein. And you would need 3 skeins each of the cream and the tan. You also need a size H or 5 millimeter hook, and you would need a tapestry needle and a 14 by 14 inch pillow form. Alright, the next one, I like this one right here. This is on page 26, and this is called the Faux Macrame Plant Hanger. This is considered an easy or a level 3 pattern. The finished measurements fits pots with a flat bottom and sloping sides that is 5.5 inches tall and 3 inches in diameter at the bottom and 7 inches in diameter at the top. The materials used in this project are Lily's Sugar and Cream Supersize Medium Worsted Weight Cotton, and that particular ball is those skeins are 4 ounces, 200 yards, 113 grams per ball, and you would need 1 ball of ecru. 1 ball of any color. If you want that color, then it's ecru, this particular color, but you can use whatever color you want. Just if you're using the Lily Sugar and Cream, you got lots of options in that particular brand. The size hook you would want is size F or 3.75 millimeter crochet hook, and you would like a 6 by 3 inch piece of stiff cardboard or tassel maker, and then you would need a tapestry needle. So again, that's the Faux Macrame Plant Hanger by Lori Ann Sand. All right, and the next one right here. This is the Moody Blues Table Topper, and this is considered an intermediate or level 4 pattern. The finished measurements are 14 inches in diameter, and this particular yarn is Cascade Yarns Paradigm Shift Medium and worsted weight cotton yarn, and those particular skeins come in 7 ounces, 375 yards, or 200 grams per cake. Not skeins, or in cakes. And to make this, you would need 1 cake of Deep Dive colorway. You also need a size H or 5 millimeter crochet hook and a tapestry needle. Next up is the framed floral placemat. That's on page 30. And, oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you guys, the Moody Blues Table Toppers is by Garangi Shah. And the framed floral placemat is Jennifer Olivares. This is considered a skill level 4 or intermediate. The finished measurement is 18 inches from point to point across the widest part. Materials are Cascade Yarns Hampton Light DK Weight Cotton / linen yarn, so it's a size 3. And it's that particular brand is 3.5 ounces, 273 yards, or 100 grams per hank. And you would need 1 hank in denim to match this particular photo. You would need a size D or 3.25 millimeter crochet hook and a tapestry needle. Next up on page 32 is this super cute purse, and this is called the Haleiwa Drawstring Purse by Jennifer Q. It is considered a skill level 4 or intermediate pattern. The finished measurements are 21.5 inches in circumference times 8 inches long, excluding the handles. The materials that are used in this project, as shown, is Lily's Sugar and Cream Medium or worsted weight cotton yarn, and of course their little skeins are 2.5 ounces, or 121 yards, or 71 grams per ball, and you would need 2 balls each, so 4 total balls, but 2 balls each of the colorways Jute and Soft Ecru. The size crochet hook you would need is a size G or 4 millimeter hook. You will also need stitch markers, tapestry needle, and 2 wooden beads. Next up is this gorgeous tunic right here. Focus there. There we go. So this is called a shell stitch Swoncho. So it's, I guess, kind of like a poncho plus a sweater. So it's a Swoncho. And this design is by Katarina. This is considered a skill level 4 or intermediate level. This does go up to a size 5X in this pattern. They are using, so I'm not going to give you measurements on this because it would go up to a size 5X in the pattern. But yeah, so it comes out to where if you make this, the smallest one is a small medium and the largest one is a 4X/5X. The materials that they're using as shown here are, and I'm going to get this wrong, I never pronounce this right, but the sheepies, something like that, katana, super fine or fingering weight mercerized cotton yarn. The balls that they are, that particular brand has 1 3/4 ounces, 100 in the ball, or 137 yards, or 50 grams. And you would need 8 balls of soft beige to match this pattern here. And I don't know if you would need more because it doesn't show it in, oh, okay, so yeah, so you need 8 balls for the small medium, and you would need 13 balls for the 4X/6X. So just imagine in between. It's 10, 11, and 13 for the different size changes. So just a heads up on that one. You just go up, it looks like 2, 1, 2. So yeah, if you just add 2 to each, 2 balls if you're going up per size, then that sounds like a winner. But you would also need a size G or 4mm crochet hook, stitch markers, and tapestry needle. Alright, and then the next one is this beautiful wrap right here. Now that is called the Shells by the Sea wrap. And this is by Andy Graves. This is a skill level 4 or intermediate pattern. And the finished measurements are 87 inches wide by 22 inches long after blocking, excluding the fringe. They are using Universal Yarn Bamboo Pop Light and DK Weight. That is a cotton bamboo blend. And the skeins or balls each have 3.5 ounces, 292 yards, or 100 grams per ball. And you would need 3 balls of the sand colorway if you want to match what is shown here. Let me move this down a little bit. So yeah, that is, and give you a little bit of detail on this because it's hard to see, but on the stitch work here. So see the changes before they go into fringe. That is a beautiful, beautiful shawl right there. Gorgeous shawl. Okay, so next one is this little scarf here. Now this is called the Ibiza Breeze scarf. This is considered a skill level 4 or intermediate scarf. The finished measurements are width 5 inches, length 54.5 inches, including the fringe. Usually it's excluding, so that shocked me a little bit there, but that is including the fringe. This is made with, this particular pattern as shown is made with Premier Yarns Cotton Fair Fine and Sport Weight or size 2 cotton acrylic blend yarn. It's 3.5. This particular brand is 3.5 ounces, 317 yards, or 100 grams per ball. And you would just need 1 ball in the color of your choice, but if you want to match this, it would be in coral. You need a size G or 4mm crochet hook and a tapestry needle. Alright, and then the next one, we got to go all the way over here. There we go. Now this is called the This is called the Trade Winds Throw by Margaret Wilson. This is considered a size 4 or intermediate skill level pattern. And the finished measurements are 48 inches wide by 62 inches long. Materials are Red Heart Super Saver and medium worsted weight acrylic yarn. And their skeins are 7 ounces, 364 yards, or 198 grams per skein. And you would need 5 skeins of turquoise if you want to match what they're doing here. So, and that's a beautiful, beautiful throw. I would choose something other than Super Saver to make that with, but to each their own, right? Alright, so the next one is another throw right here on page 44. And that is called the Diamonds and Shells Throw by Margaret Wilson. And the finished measurements of this, this is considered a skill level 4 or an intermediate pattern. And the finished measurements of this particular throw is 48 inches by 60 inches. And materials that they're using as shown here is Premier Yarns Basics Chunky Bulky, or in parentheses chunky, which is a size 5 yarn. Weight, it's an acrylic yarn, and if you use that particular brand, it has 3.5 ounces, 117 yards, or 100 grams per ball. And you would need 6 balls of the cream to make this project. You would also need a size I, or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and a tapestry needle. And then the next pattern is another doily, which is gorgeous here. Nice, beautiful spring doily. It's called the Blooming Azalea, and this is by Gemma Owen. I'm going to give you a little detail shot of this on these doilies. It's kind of nice to see those details. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is considered a skill level 4 or intermediate project, and the finished measurements are 9 inches in diameter. Materials are Lisbeth size 10 crochet cotton, and if you get that particular brand, there's usually 122 yards per ball. And you would need 1 ball each, if you use that brand, 1 ball each of Daffodil medium, Azalea medium, Azalea light, and Lime Green medium to match the colors in this project. Alright, next up is another gorgeous doily right here. And that is called the Summer Floral Doily by Joyce Geisler. This is also considered a skill level 4 or intermediate pattern. And the finished measurement is 8 inches in diameter. Materials used are the Lisbeth size 10 crochet cotton or lace weight. And if you get that particular brand, it usually includes 122 yards per ball. And you would need 1 ball each of purple medium, leaf green medium, and natural. You will also need a size 7 or 1.65 millimeter steel crochet hook, or size needed to obtain gauge. You would also need a tapestry needle and a stitch marker. Next up, we got to go back and over this way a little bit. There you go for another table runner. This is called the Rippling Water Table Runner by Joyce Geisler. This is considered a skill level 4 or intermediate pattern. The finished measurements are 34 inches by 11.5 inches long. Materials used are Lisbeth size 10 crochet cotton, again, which is a lace weight, and again that's 122 yards per ball. You would need 4 balls of Ocean Teal DK and 3 balls of Niagara Falls. You would need a size 7 or 1.65 millimeter crochet hook, or of course size needed to obtain gauge, and a tapestry needle. And then on to our final pattern, which is another doily. And this one is called Serendipity by Gemma Owen. This is a skill level 4 or intermediate pattern. And the finished measurement is 10 inches in diameter. Materials are Elise Miss Batik size 10 crochet cotton, which is a lace weight. And if you get that particular brand, you would find that it includes 1 3/4 ounces, 305 yards, or 50 grams per ball. And you would just need 1 ball of colorway number 3715. And you would also need a size 1.75 millimeter steel crochet hook and a tapestry needle. So that is it for all of the patterns in this particular issue. What do you think of these patterns? Which one is your favorite? Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the front here. Okay, so this particular I'm just going to talk a little bit about the headline titles here. So Blooming Azalea refers to this particular doily here. And then Simply Shells, there's probably about 5 projects in here, starting with the tunic, I think it was, that are using shells to create beautiful patterns. And then it says here, new features, just threads in every issue. It's on page 48. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that new feature, just threads. I'm looking at page 48, and that is actually not real clear why that's a new feature, because page 48 is this particular pattern, and maybe it's because they're using thread weight yarn. That could be they're using the thread or crochet thread, so maybe that's why it's called just thread. So we'll see when it comes out with the next issue. And then a couple of other things here. They do focus a lot on cotton. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 patterns in this that focus on cotton. And then they in here they talk about in every issue. So they use beginner's luck, and that's the ginger purse. So they focus on a beginner pattern in every issue. And then Scraps Delight, so they always have at least one scrap type project in every issue, and that is the pennants. Next up is Learn to Stitch, and that's the Cabana striped dishcloth, so that helps you learn to do the stitches. And the Sailboat Doily, of course, is an heirloom treasure, which the Sailboat Doily is kind of amazing. I would say if you created that is definitely an heirloom. The articles that they're showing in this one, they're talking about crocheting with cotton and in the world of crochet. So those are the 2 articles in this issue. And of course they have a product review, which happens to be an app in this particular issue. They talk about yarn weights, the buyer's guide, skill levels, which I went through with you, stitch guide, and design directory. So that is the June 2021 issue of Crochet World. And of course, as always, I have 2 issues of this. I don't need 2. So I'm going to give away one of these issues here. And what I want to know, just like always, what is your favorite pattern? Tell me what your favorite pattern is for this issue. Now, the rules for the giveaway are as such. Right, the rules for the giveaway are: you need to go down below and comment what your favorite pattern is, which one you are most excited about doing. It is void where prohibited. So if you are not allowed to receive gifts from the United States, please do not enter. And then of course all of my giveaways are to show appreciation to my current subscribers. So I would appreciate it if you are subscribed to my channel. I will be verifying, of course. Read down below in the description the rules of this particular giveaway. You do need to be 18 or older to enter. And yeah, so just go ahead and answer the question I asked down below, and you'll be entered in for this giveaway. I will run this giveaway for 1 week. It will be ending next Saturday, and I will announce the winner on Sunday. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to leave a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you're reminded when I come out with a new video each time. I want to say thank you all so very much, and you have an amazing day. Bye bye.